We're rolling, the ideas are flowing, and I'm feeling good. Here we are on day 21 of 100. I'm filming 100 videos in 100 days. The goal of this is just to get better at being on camera, get out of my own head, and just have some fun with it, and learn, enjoy the process, and improve. So that's what we're doing here. Um, so today was an interesting day, but a good day. Got a lot accomplished. Um, I've been making a to-do list. I made one on 6:24, 6:25, 6:26. Today is 6:26, 8:34 p.m. So it is. I'm like 2 hours earlier. Um, so I'm gonna be in bed by 9. Hopefully be asleep by 10. I get up at 5, so 7 hours of sleep would be a beautiful thing. Um, I've been feeling super tired, but so overall today was a good day. I think the shop did. I think it did okay. Pull it up here real quick. So yeah, revenue was down 28% week over week. Oh wow, we had last week pretty massive 4 o'clock hour, which was more than likely supplement sales. Only one supplement sale today, but transactions were up almost 7%. So I'll take that, right? I mean, you can't always control kind of what people are buying if they're buying low AOV, low average order value, like a drink, or if they're buying high AOV, like supplements, right? Like protein, pre workout, everything else, right? It's you got like $8 and you have $50 to $100, so big, big, big gap there, right? So it's of course trying to get more supplement sales is the goal, uh, but it's increasing both of them is I guess the end goal. Drink sales were up today, so that's good. I'll take it. Okay, so the to-do list, everything's done. I had 6 tasks on there. I'm doing the last one now, which is the video, so that'll be done. So I feel good there. It's nice to see it, and it's cool to look back and see like, okay, hey, the day you got everything done, like you felt good. The days you didn't feel as good. Um, my employee called out sick again today, uh, so I was gonna work all day, but I have a woman who used to work for me who now works for my wife next door at the bakery. She got off. I don't know when she finished her day. She just came to work for me. I stayed for like an hour or so, kind of running through the new processes, the new systems, and I felt she was up to speed. I see her kind of make some shakes, make some drinks. She was up to speed, so excuse me. So I left, came home, which was nice, and my wife was off today, so we are kind of all home together. Um, got in a workout today, got a little sweat. Of course, when it's 100 and something degrees outside, it's not hard to get a sweat. But got a nice little pump, did some pull ups, some curls, right? So that was nice. Definitely got to dial in the diet and get more consistent with the weights. Feeling a little fat, feeling a little sluggish, a little small, so got to get some muscles back here. Um, the videos are doing okay, right? I mean, yesterday was 3 views, and before that we'd been hovering at 2. But I think one of the views was me. But the views the last 48 hours now is 6 views, and I think prior was 4 views. Uh, so so people are watching, which is interesting. Not the best watch time, which I don't blame them. Right? It's not a lot of entertainment here. This is the nitty gritty behind the scenes, right? This is the build up, right? We're documenting the build up. We're building the foundation for the pyramid, right? And we're going to start building this thing up over the next 100 days and on and beyond that. Um, but I feel good about it, so I'm excited. Um, the new woman is working tomorrow, so I should get out of there by 10 or 11 out of the shop, uh, and tackle my to-do list. I want to work on my online store. I need to work on a website for the agency. And then I was just chatting with a buddy, and he had an idea for a B2B, which is business to business newsletter, and it's something similar to kind of what I wanted to do, but chatting with him and his approach, I like his approach better. And instead of me bolting it on to something I already have, making it a separate thing, um, I don't. I want to look at this more. I mean, I don't know how tough it's going to be to execute by myself. It's like news based, right? So kind of reporting. Um, so writing's not my strong suit, but I think with video, voice to chat or voice to text, and like I think I could probably pull it off. Uh, Excuse me. So I don't know. So I really want to dive into that because that's got me excited. But I think that the quickest way for me to cash flow is an agency. So I need to just land a couple clients like in the next 30 or so days, ideally. More than, so that's kind of the goal right there. Is to get that and then kind of build everything else. But the B2B and what I'm doing now, so like they could coexist really well with each other, and I think that, man, it would just be a nice synergy. So definitely gonna look into that and try to get that thing rolling. Um, I haven't even talked about any topics today. Man, I had some ideas. I didn't write them down. I've got to start like soon as I get the idea. Sometimes I get a lot of my ideas. I feel like when I'm driving, so I don't enter it. I don't write it down when I'm driving. But I guess one thing I've thought about is like focus. Yeah, here I am thinking about focus, and here I am trying to add something else. Like another spinning plate that I have to try to want to juggle. um, and it's like you look at some of these people, like on Twitter, right? If I'm scrolling, I look at Twitter, and I used to like it because it was more. I felt actionable, like it was like tactical advice. Um, Now what I'm seeing is just like so much crap, like, oh, here's 10 steps to do this and why you need to build an email list, which is like I guess the basic. It depends on where you are on your journey. But I feel for where I am, it's like okay, it's like I'm not really learning anything new there. So it's like it's just kind of showing me like I need to spend less time there and more time doing my own things, building my own projects, the stuff I have, like executing on them. Right? There's not a lot there for me to learn, um, but there's a few people on there, right, that have built like $10+ million businesses, uh, but they've stayed focused on like their vertical. Um, they weren't doing, so like you see those people and like, hey, they're focused. Like one guy has a financial website and newsletter, multiple newsletters, right? But it's all based around finance, and stocks and trading. And he's, 10, $20 million a year in revenue. But then you look at the people that are like niche site builders, which is like kind of where I come from, kind of my world, yeah, like SEO, and then like there was a Google algorithm update, so that a lot of them got crushed. So now they're moving like to Pinterest and like Facebook, and trying to chase traffic there to like display ad sites, which are like when you visit a website and all those ads pop up, they get paid per impression, right? So like say they make $10, $20 per thousand impressions of that ad. So if you had 1,000 people at $20, you would earn $20, right? So if you had 3,000 people a day, you would make $60 a day off the ads. Um, so it's a super uh, passive way to earn, I guess. It's low key, low barrier to entry, right? But just the game has changed a lot. But like I look at them, and it's like they're trying a million different things. They're all over the place, right? And then you look at the guys with the 8-figure businesses, and like everything they do is focused on that. It's like an 8-figure agency, or it's like 8-figure newsletter. Like those people, they're not doing a whole lot of other things. And if they are, it's like they get big enough where they have a team, right? They're focused, right? They're dialed in. So it's like I'm trying to tell myself, it's like, hey, like I guess before at the beginning of this video series, like I was gonna do Amazon and like try to make some quick bucks doing online arbitrage, right? Like buy low, sell high. It, but it's like it doesn't fit to what I want to build, what I'm trying to build, like with the supplements and everything, right? So this doesn't make a lot of sense. Um, but so now adding something else into the mix, does it make sense? But if it's based around supplements, I mean, it could kind of make the argument. It does kind of make sense. And I think it could help build connections to the store, the ecom, and then like that, like they kind of would like the Venn diagram, right? They would overlap right here. Um, but I don't know. It's so I guess what I'm getting at is like we just have to focus, right? Is ideally just pick one thing and focus on the one thing. Um, of course, for me, like I have to keep my shop running, right? So the store's up, like not a big deal. Like I am getting impressions on the e-commerce store. I'm getting impressions in Google, which is cool because it's just a few days old. Um, I think I just now tonight set up my merchant feed to try to get all my products into shopping, and I can kind of see how that goes, and uh, and then maybe run some shopping ads there. See if I can be competitive. I did look at some products I have at the shop now. I have really good margins on these products. That I could bundle them all together, and I think I could run some Facebook ads, and it's like I could sell wholesale, which is like $30+ off of retail, and still leave me with like $80 gross margin to acquire a customer through Facebook. I think I could do it for under $50. I could acquire the customer, ideally $20 to $30, right? So, if I could scale that up and essentially put $1 in and get two back, right? Like that would be good. So, something else I want to get going and testing. But again, right, it's trying to focus on all these different things and too many things. So I guess the moral here is just focusing, right? It's saying like I say this to you, like if you watch this, like focus. Don't jump around and try to do a bunch of different side hustles. Like you look at YouTube and like my feed is, oh, do this side hustle, make $1,000 a day, or hey, you can do this side hustle, make $1,000 a day. But most of those people, they're not doing any of those side hustles. All they're doing is researching it, writing a script, and then making a video about it. And they say that you can make $500 to $1,000 a day, and everybody wants to watch it because they want to know the shortcut to making $1,000 a day. But in reality, there is no shortcut. And those people are just focused on creating content around this topic, and that's how they're making their money, right? And like selling the course or whatever it is, right? They're not truly building, I guess, a business, right? Like the finance guy on Twitter, like he has a business. Uh, so I guess that's my goal is to try to stay focused. I think the human nature is to want to do a bunch of different things, but it's just trying to keep it roped in. Focus on one thing, or if I'm going to do a couple things, like it's all got to tie together. Like it all works together in the synergy, and can't take a lot of effort or a lot of capital because trying to run a store and stock products is very capital intensive. So yeah, that's about it, man. I'm starting to ramble here, but that's it. But this is day 21, so it's like what 89 days left. So pretty cool, and man, super excited about that. I think I will be off Saturday. I have to work Sunday. So really Saturday I want to really dive in and start outlining a script for a new channel and get that going right. So here it is, right, another thing to do, but for the agency. So all right, guys, I'm off to bed. And if anybody sees this, I appreciate you watching. And if you need anything, got any questions, leave me a comment below. Happy to help you any way I can. And I will see you tomorrow for day 22.